In a bustling city, a homeless man is sitting on the sidewalk surrounded by his meager belongings. He watches as people hurry past him on their way to work, or to run errands, or to meet friends. He knows that most of them are oblivious to his presence, and he has long ago grown accustomed to being invisible. As the day wears on, the homeless man grows restless. He's hungry and tired, but he doesn't have any money to buy food or a place to rest. Then he remembers the handful of spare change that he had collected over the past few days. It's not much, but it might be enough to buy a lottery ticket. On a whim, he decides to try his luck. He walks to the nearest convenience store and selects a lottery ticket. He knows that the odds of winning are slim, but he figures that he has nothing to lose. He hands over the coins and walks back out onto the street, still hungry and tired, but with a small glimmer of hope in his heart. Days go by, and the homeless man has forgotten all about the lottery ticket. He goes about his daily routine, scrounging for food and shelter, and avoiding the people who look down on him. But one day, something incredible happens. He's walking past a newsstand when he sees a newspaper with the headline, "Homeless Man Wins Multi-Million-Dollar Lottery Jackpot." At first, he thinks it's a mistake, but then he remembers the ticket that he had purchased. He frantically digs through his backpack, searching for the ticket. And there it is, crumpled up and forgotten. He checks the numbers and can hardly believe his eyes. It's true, he's a millionaire. News of his sudden wealth spreads like wildfire, and soon the homeless man becomes the subject of media attention all over the world. People want to know who he is and how he ended up on the streets. He agrees to do interviews and tells his story to anyone who will listen. It's hard to imagine that just a short time ago, he was a destitute man struggling to survive on the streets. He had once been a successful businessman with a loving family and a comfortable life. But personal setbacks, including a divorce and a struggle with addiction, led him to lose everything and end up homeless. Now, with his newfound wealth, the homeless man is able to turn his life around completely. He's able to reconnect with his family and rebuild the relationships that were strained by his past struggles. He moves into a luxurious home and buys a new car. He takes lavish vacations and indulges in all the pleasures that he once could only dream of. But the money doesn't just benefit him and his loved ones. The man also becomes a philanthropist, using his wealth to give back to the community that supported him during his time of need. He donates money to homeless shelters, food banks, and other charities. He makes sure that other people in his situation have the same opportunities that he was given. His story becomes an inspiration to people all over the world. They see that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. And sometimes, that hope can come in the most unexpected form. While the money was certainly a blessing, it was his resilience, courage, and determination that made him a true winner in the end. In the years that follow, the homeless man continues to live a life of abundance and generosity. He never forgets where he came from and never takes his good fortune for granted. And every time he sees someone on the street who reminds him of himself, he remembers the lottery ticket that changed his life and gives them a glimmer of hope, just as he once had.